Hello, welcome to the Decoder review. So this right here is the Decoder. Yeah, right here. Very good tool. Another very good tool. Just like the encoder that I did a week ago, last Wednesday. It can literally just decode pulses. So I'll show you that now. This is like literally what it does. So if I get the encoder, tick encoder, right? I will set this to, let's say, 5 ticks, and this to 5 ticks. How this thing works is you hook up the input of the encoder or whatever pulse you want to decode and put it right into the decoder. This blue one right here, these two blue colored the input. That's the input for the pulse you want to decode, and also the timer is the information that you want to use to decode the message, right? So that's 5 ticks. So yep, the output of the pulse is 5 ticks, and the decoder is set to 5 ticks. If I turn the input of the encoder on, you should see this green gate turn on to symbolize that the input that is being fed into the decoder is correct. Is correct for what the decoder is decoding. Alright? So it should have that green logic gate turn on. Yep. It's only for a few ticks or something. I can actually decode that, but no, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, you can see this green light turns on. So when this input isn't correct, like it's either 6 or 4 or any lower or any higher, it does two different things. So if it's higher, I actually don't know what it will output because I haven't memorized it, but you know, it won't say anything, meaning that you're too far over the input of the pulse going through the decoder, meaning that you have to go down 1 tick, like so, and that is the correct output, like so. So when it's too the output will be this. You can actually color that red, I'm pretty sure, and it turns on. Beautiful. I love it. So you can actually use this information saying that that is the correct input, that is the wrong input. So the decoder has done a lot for me because it has put a value behind a pulse, so I can use that to define a certain action. So what I mean by that is the output of the decoder can be used to make an instruction for a certain electronic component, let's say. Like I did with that, as you can see, is the decoder. Pretty cool. And that is set to 2 ticks, and the one on the other side, or under it, is set to 1 tick. If this gate is on, I can use that to have an instruction be fed into the next component, like I said, which is this thing right here, which I'll talk about this later on. Like I don't know, in like 10 weeks time. I don't know. You'll see. So yeah, decoders are very useful, and also here's the encoders. Right here, they're 2 encoders for 1 and 2. The pros of the decoder is that it can decipher a pulse that an encoder outputs. The cons: to read 2 different pulses, you have to change the value of the timer. This can be trouble when you want to decipher a variety of numbers in a single output. Yep. So when you want to decipher a pulse that is being fed into the encoder, you have to change the value of the timer, otherwise you won't be able to get the right output. There is a decoder that I made a long time ago. So here is one of the decoders that I made a long time ago. So these are the encoders. it gets fed into this wire, then goes into these AND gates, and then one tick pulse deciphers like the length of the pulse, and then obviously you find the pulse that it lands on. And the encoder over here goes into this wire, then goes into these AND gates, then goes into the timer, and then it just deciphers it into its correct pulse. The AND gate at the bottom is the output, and yeah, that's about it. What I'm going to rate this machine as number 2, because, or second, because it puts a number behind a pulse and is useful for mathematics and electronic work. So yeah, it's been Logic Kid.